I was wondering if God could still use me, um, because I've missed a couple of opportunities doing my own things, walking my own ways. So I thought maybe time has passed, and yeah, um, I always have carried this question in my mind. And then one time I was in a Bible study meeting, and we're studying um, Matthew 19, and where the rich man came to Jesus and said, "What does he have to do to make heaven?" And Jesus was telling him that he has to sell his house and follow him. And then he was very sad because he had a lot of possessions. And then Jesus was saying, like, it's going to be difficult for a rich man to make heaven. It's even easier for the camel to enter through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. And with this saying, the disciples, of course, they were very surprised. And then they were like, oh, how can anyone be saved? And Peter said, oh, remember, we've left everything. And Jesus said, yes, yeah, you've left everything. That anybody who has left everything for him to follow him, they will have their place in heaven. And it was at the end of the chapter, he was saying to them, like, the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. So, moving forward to chapter 20, that is where the story of the workers in a vineyard came up. And as we were studying this, and then it was saying, like, early in the morning, a man went out to hire some workers. Jesus was the one telling them what the kingdom of heaven would be like. So this man went out early in the morning to hire some workers for his vineyard. So he agreed to pay them certain amount of money for the work that they are going to do. And about 9 o'clock, the man went out and saw some people just standing in the market with nothing to do. So he offered to pay them as well if they will come and work for him. At noon, he did the same thing. About 3 in the afternoon, and he said he's going to pay them the same certain amount of money as well. Finally, about 5 in the afternoon, the man went back and found some others standing. He asked them, "Why have you been standing here all day long doing nothing?" They said there's nobody to hire them. So the man now said for them to come to his vineyard and work. So when the evening came, the owner of the vineyard started to pay all of them, and he actually paid all of them the same amount of money. And then those ones that have been working since morning, now how can you pay them the same? Like, it's like someone has been working for the past 12 hours, then you have someone who's just done maybe 2 hours, and you're paying them the same amount of money. But the man said, I paid you what I agree with you. So and as we were studying this, it just dawned on me, like, it really doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter whether you're 18 or you're 80. As long as you hear the call of God, just answer. It's not, even if you missed in the morning, you miss in the afternoon, but it's in the evening that you came to your senses and, like, God is calling me to do certain things, and then you just answer and you'll be fine. It is not the age that matters, but you listening to the call of God, finding what you are supposed to do. it's not everybody that is going to be um, a pastor or a minister in church or whatever. It could be like you need to take care of this person. Go and give food to this person. Go and visit that person. It could be as small. So as you're listening to what God is saying, then God will begin to reveal to you how far He wants to take you. Like I was reading in I think it's in, let me find it. Yeah, I was reading in Galatians 6:4-5 that says, make a careful exploration of who you are and the work you have been given. Then sink yourself into that. You sink yourself into that. Don't be impressed with yourself. Don't compare yourself with each other. Each of you must take responsibility of doing creative best you can with your own life. So I find that very interesting, that as long as you're doing something, that God is not going to give you something massive at the beginning, but the more you're yielding, the little that God asks you to do, whether God say, pray for that person. But if you're still like, oh, what is you waiting for the big calling? It's not. God has to trust you with the little. And if God trusts you with little, it's going to increase it. It's, so I hope that I hope that those who have the same question with me, like myself, that they have understanding. So all I can say is drop your comments if there's anyone who's been in my shoes or have other verses or have other things to say concerning this. I'm still learning, so you're welcome to drop your comments and encouragement. Thank you. Have a good day.